football. For them to control the middle on the defensive side and them to control the running game on the offensive side was outstanding by both of them.
Exactly. Extra point. What happened there? I didn't see a flag. I mean, I'm still looking for a flag.
I
don't know where it came from.
I do. And again, that was lack of preparation. We had when we went out to the kick, our kicker didn't freeze before the snap. He took his steps. He got his mark on the field, and once he got his mark, he turned around and he kept approaching the ball when the ball was snapped. So it was a false start on the kicker. So that's what happened on 2 of the 3 extra points.
Okay. Yeah, there was a couple times that they had penalties in the game that I never did see a flag. It was just kind of hidden in there. I thought maybe that camouflage there. Or
that was a great call by the ref. It's just like the motion man needed to be set when he shifts. When the motion man takes his shift, he's got to be set for a whole second before you snap the ball. And it's the same thing. When the kicker lines up, he's got to set before he snaps the ball and shift.
Okay. Well, you guys took the lead there in your next possession. Another controlled 10-play drive. A few passes in there, but mostly run. I think that's when we did see, you were talking about the tandem of Sean McCord just taking over the game at that point.
He's a stud. I told you last week, the ultimate compliment you can give a football player is them just being a football player. I'm not a running back, I'm not a quarterback, I'm not a receiver, I'm a football player. You put me anywhere on the field and I'm going to play football and I'm going to do it well. And I can't give Sean McCord enough praises. I mean, he had an outstanding game. He's had the best game I've seen in his career. He left his heart on the field on offense, he left his heart on the field on defense. He was an animal, and he's just a phenomenal player.
Yeah, and the guy I worked the game with, his brother is from Lincoln County, and he told us there when we went to after the break there, came back for the kickoff, he said, "Don't kick it to this guy." You guys kicked it to him, and he took it to the house there. So was it supposed to go to him, or we missed?
I mean, yeah, and again, that was just their game plan. They noticed what we did on kickoff. There's 3 phases of the game, and you have to pay attention to all 3 phases. All 3 phases can win or lose you the game, and we were able to get what we wanted on kickoff, and they were able to exploit it. We had some very young guys out there for that kickoff, just trying to plug and play, get a couple experiences in there, and that was one of the times it came back and bit us.
Yeah, and probably the hit of the year. I mean, I hate to see anybody get hurt, but that lick that McCord put on that quarterback on that conversion is probably, it was brutal.
Again, the kid is such a football player, you can't make this thing up. You cannot make it up. For the defense as a whole, and again, it was a testament to what happened all night. These guys, they play the play. They don't play the down. They don't play the distance. They don't say, hey, this is an extra point, we're taking it off. It's an opportunity to play football, and they take it every single time. I told them that we needed to stop, and I have some seniors that open their ears back and go, and he was one of them. Yeah. And he just laid the boom.
Crucial, because at the time they could have took the lead. So, kept it even, and then just a brilliant time-consuming drive to win the game. I mean, you guys brought it all the way down to 37 seconds before you punched it in. It doesn't get any better, almost a walk-off touchdown.
And again, that's part of our preparation. Every day we do 2-minute drill. Every day we do 4-minute drill. We put our guys in situations so, again, we can take the emotion out of it, and it's all about execution. We know what we need to do. There was no panic on the field. We moved with the correct sense of urgency. We were able to speed the tempo up. We were able to slow it down. We controlled what we wanted to do. We put our emotions in check, and we performed to our highest level of preparation.
Yeah, well, that got you the win. 18-12 was the final score, and then we'll tell you that was McCord again on that last touchdown. So he definitely put the wraps on that game. What is I'm sorry.
One thing that was really that really made my heart jump, that really made the hair on my arm stand up, was after that touchdown, I had every single senior put their hand up and say, "Coach, we're running down on kickoff, and they're not going to return this one." And for me, that's them accepting the challenge, that's them understanding the magnitude of each play, and they were able to respond to it.
Yes, and,
So kudos
and again,
to
the
them.
game ended there. Unfortunately, their quarterback didn't come back for that last series, but with only 37 seconds, they didn't show much of a passing attack. I don't know. Yeah, anything can happen, but as far as the game, it ended there with their last possession. I think they just got 2 plays off and maybe 3 on that. But the game ended. What stars of the game did we have, or the awards for the week?
Of course, the Iron Dragon, pure heart, tenacity, fire. That went to Sean McCord again. Best game I've seen him play in his career. Defensive Player of the Week went to Deshaun. I believe he had close to the 10 tackles, or even, I think it was 11 tackles. Don't remember the number off the top. He had a heat, and he was just like you said. He was flying all around, all over the place. Co-defensive player of the week was Tyrell Ellis, and the offensive player of the week, I believe that was Sean McCord with 90 carries, a 10-yard reception, and a touchdown.
Yeah, excellent. The team played well, other than a few drives there in the first half of the fumbles. I mean, it was a pretty satisfying victory as far as me looking at it and being a fan.
Yeah.
Homecoming victory hasn't happened in a few years. So congratulations on your second victory. Next up, Parkersburg, and we'll take a break and come back. We'll start talking a little bit about the Parkersburg team and talk about another MSAC 4A team.
Let's go.
So you're listening to Talks with Stotts right here. You can listen to it also on WWSA 96.9.
Folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Calling all SAH girls interested in playing lacrosse in the spring. The SAHS Ladies Lacrosse is having a clinic on Sunday, November 3rd. Times will be 1 to 3 at Crawford Field. If you thought about playing and don't know how the sport goes, come out and coaches and players will be there to answer questions. The only catch is it's Veterans Day, themed red, white, and blue. Sunday, November 3rd from 1 to 3.
All right, back to the show, and some statistics on there for the game rushing wise. Sean McCord was 17 carries for 90 yards, 1 touchdown. Reese Lilly 15 for 22 for 82 yards and a touchdown. As far as receiving, he had about 8 receivers, so passing around. You guys are getting looks from everybody, and I think and we'll see that this week as we get ready to talk about Parkersburg. But I'm just going to run down some MSAC games for this week. 3A Capital will visit 4A Huntington, which is number 4 this week in the 4A category. Also, number 8 Spring Valley, a future opponent. That'll be your senior night game. 3A will be traveling to Beckley to visit a 4A team, and number 10 Woodrow Wilson. Number 6 Hurricane 4A will visit Riverside, your opponent, next week. 3A number 9 Elkins is going to visit number 4 Herbert Hoover. Winfield visit number 7 Nitro in 3A. Number 15 Cabell Midland 4A will visit South Charleston. And a game that'll probably determine, it could not, I guess. Martinsburg visits Spring Valley. They're 1 and 2 in 4A, but looming is that Hurricane Martinsburg game down here at Hurricane here in a couple weeks. Yeah, Spring Mills is what I meant. They play this week, so not Spring Valley, but yeah, Martinsburg and Spring Mills this week. So if you're one of those guys like I used to be, where I didn't really have a team down here, I used to go through and check those big games and run out and see if I could see those games. All right, next up, Parkersburg, another 4A team coming in. The head coach is Matt Kimes. They got victories over South Charleston and Capital. This week they did drop to last place in that 4A. They're down to 16, so but still a tough MSA opponent. Losses coming to Morgantown, Hurricane, Parkersburg South, G-Dub, and Cabell Midland last week. They're led by their quarterback, Cooper Concade. He's a senior. So far this year, he's more of a passer. He's 102 for 161. For 1,100 yards and 4 touchdowns, he's averaging 164.7 yards a game, but he also has 7 INTs. Also a factor with his legs, 65 carries for 234 yards and 3 TDs. Jack Shelton, their running back, 133 carries for 516 yards, 6 touchdowns. So probably one of them guys they bring in down at the goal line, I guess, and power him in there. Ethan Jones, another running back, 41 catches for 244. And Brian Gregory, just a spare guy. He's just got a couple yards. Now, receiving-wise, we talked about spreading the ball around. He's got completions to 13 wide receivers this year. So I don't know if any, with only 2 victories, I wouldn't think they had too many mop-up situations. But so that's pretty good to see him maneuver the ball around. Defensively, they're led by Devin Weidman. He comes in averaging 8 tackles per game. So what do we see on film?
We've seen them being a very balanced team. Offensively, they do a lot of things with their formations. They do a lot of things with their size and their speed. Quarterback is one of those guys. He can break the pocket or he can throw a dime for 40 on the money. They propose a lot of challenges to a lot of people, us being no different. We just hope to be able to get them in the grass when they're in the open field and be sound in our tackling on defense and offense. We hope to get our guys in the space and let them make plays.
Size-wise, I haven't looked at their roster for size. They're normally a big Husky team. Are they in that range again this year?
Yeah, it holds true to stature. They're going to be large up front. They're going to be big on the perimeter. They're going to be physical. They're going to line up. They're going to try to move you out the way, and they're going to try to work their angles just like a good boxer.
Yeah. And in their losses, like I said, they've only got 2 wins. What was the key to the team that beat them? I mean, was it just...
Again, they're going through something similar as what we're going through. They lost a phenomenal quarterback last year to Morehead State, David Parsons. They lost his starting receivers, so they got a bunch of young guys who are just now seeing their first real time to shine. Their coach Kincaid, he does a lot of different things with motioning and a lot of formations, and they do a lot of really good things and give you a lot to prepare for. With them losing those couple, they just went up against teams that were, a little more senior heavy, a little more foundation built already, and again, they're going through their rebuild time as well. So
yeah, last year the game down here didn't really last long, but. Defensively, they were pretty stout. I mean, Reese can probably tell you he didn't have any chance to get rid of the ball. I mean, they were in the backfield all night long, even with their backups. Defensively, they're about the same this year.
Yeah, defense. They like to pin their ears
and-
back. They'll give you some 5-man front. They'll give you some 4-man front. But no matter what their front is, they're going to come. They're going to come. They're going to load that box, and they're going to make you beat them. They're not going to make any mistakes. They're going to play sound football, and they're going to make you work for every yard.
Yeah, we're still going with Reese this week, or are we away from the 2 quarterback system now, or is that just going to be situational? Or?
Situational. With our preparation for different opponents, we're able to do different things with different quarterbacks. So we haven't gone away from the 2 quarterback things, but where Reese is right now and where Deuce is right now, it gives us our best chance to come out of there victorious.
Yeah. Now, you ever played at Parkersburg, or you ever had a team up there?
Yeah, I played at Parkersburg.
I mean, it's just the facility itself is just
a lot of history, a lot of tradition, a lot of aura coming through there, walking up that long walk and getting to the field and walking in the bowl and seeing the big bleachers, and there's a lot of history there. There's a lot of prestige there, and I believe ESPN had them on one of the most successful teams ever. So, yeah, it brings a lot of atmosphere.
Yeah, I know. I don't really know what their fall was, but I mean, back in the '90s, I mean, they were just unbeatable. I mean, they'd have 150 kids come out for their football team every year.
And that's one of the things. You got Parkersburg and you got South up there, and outside of that, that's it. So kids got to go to school somewhere. Their numbers are incredible, and they can maintain it. And with sheer probability with those numbers, you can get 11 out of it.
Oh, definitely can get 11 out of them. Last year they had an outstanding kicker. Is he back this year, or is he?
I didn't watch them last year. I'm not sure if he was a starting kicker or not, but the one that's on film is putting it in the back of the end zone. So.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Last year wasn't no chance for return. I mean, he put one in warm-ups over at the CVS in the parking lot.
Well,
I was like, holy cow. I'm like, I've never seen a kid kick one that far. Because, the net's up. He asked me, because I was down on that end, he said, can you put that net up higher? I said, I don't think so. So, yeah, he's a boomer on that. So, as far as the game, we'll set the, I think, temperature-wise, much like this evening, about a 20% chance of rain, but you shouldn't notice it there on the field. So everything's good football weather again tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
Uniform-wise, we'll be going with these white helmets, white jerseys, I guess, or
we're going with white and red tomorrow.
white and red tomorrow. So, all right, and game time's going to be kicking at
7:30.
7:30, and I'm sure you guys to get up there, you guys will probably leave real early tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll leave here about 3:30 and get on the road early to have team meal about 2:45ish, and we'll get out of here.
Okay. All right. Well, that kind of wraps up the first two segments. We got the Lincoln County, got the wrap on homecoming in Parkersburg, and we're going to go for 3 in a row. Come back next week and
One game at a
Riverside, Friday night rivals. So
One game
all the
at a
broadcast will be here, and
One game at a time.
one game at a time.
All energy on Parkersburg right now. We'll worry about Riverside Friday or Saturday at 12 a.m.
There you go.
But right now, I can't give any attention anywhere. Everybody has to be focused on Parkersburg.
All right. All right, so that wraps up segment number 2. We come back, we're going to have Coach Rourke. He's going to come in, he's going to talk with us a little bit, and so you're listening to it on WWSA and also right here on Facebook Live.
One day where you want to make sure you have the memories to last you a lifetime. Let White Heaven Productions be the one to hold on to this special moment in your life. We will work with you before your wedding day to make sure we capture everything you want in a wedding. Contact us by filling out a form online at whiteheaven.co.
And we got Coach Rourke, but I want to go over before we talk with him. Week 8 of the high school football season. We'll go over some of these rankings with you. In 4A, Spring Mills still number 1, been there all season. Number 2, Martinsburg, and that big game comes up this Friday night. Wingham Park up 1 spot to 3. Huntington down 1 spot to 4. Jefferson up 2 spots to 5. 6 through 10, Hurricane, Morgantown, G-Dub, Parkersburg South, and Woodrow Wilson. And 11 through 16, Washington University, Musselman, Hedgesville, Cabell, Midland, and Parkersburg, team we play this week. 3A, Fairmont Seniors still again on top. Princeton up 1, Bridgeport 3 down 1. Herbert Hoover, Oak Hills up 1, North Marion down 1. 7 Nitro, team that we've played earlier in the year. Number 8 Spring Valley up 3 spots. 9 Elkins, 10 Point Pleasant, and 11 through 16 Lewis County, Hampshire, East Fairmont, Ripley, Shady Springs, R.C. Byrd, and St. Albans coming in at 24, Coach.
Sweet.
Coach Rourke, I think you're the only administration on the or teacher on the team, so you probably get all the good work then, huh?
Yeah. So pretty much I keep up with all the students' grades, make sure they're behaving well in class and in school. So yeah, I get a lot of work in on the field and off the field for sure.
But you're also the I guess the video guy or the photographer guy. And
so I don't really take the pictures. What I do a lot of is the media. So like I put together the graphics. I use a program called Box Out Sports. I'm actually going to help Coach England and the boys basketball team do their media posts this year as well. And actually on the field, I have to give my wife credit because she does all the in-game updates. So she'll post the quarter results, if we score touchdowns, turnovers, stuff like that. She does an amazing job at home or in the bleachers, keeping up with that. But yeah, I also have a class at school that helps me with the graphics as well. So.
As far as education, I know Coach has talked a lot about the study halls and stuff. I guess you're part of that too. You help them if they need help, or
yeah, absolutely. We do a grade pool every Thursday just to make sure the student athletes are doing what they're supposed to do. Grade wise, also I'm in constant contact with their teachers. If they have any issues with any of our student athletes, I make sure that I know about it, Coach Stotts knows about it, and we try to remedy the issue as soon as possible. I think we've done a really good job keeping our student athletes in line grade-wise and on a behavioral level as well.
You see a lot of competition in that, kids trying to be the best?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, we do have a chart there. We will get those pictures up. I was waiting for the end of their first quarter, so they'll get the report cards this week. I will look over, see who the top GPAs are. We have some really smart student athletes on our team, and I can't wait to give them the praise and that they deserve from all their hard work and dedication throughout their first quarter. So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
As far as other duties that you have, as far on the field, coaching part?
Yeah, so I help with the offensive line or just wherever they need me. I like to think of myself as a Swiss Army knife, so wherever they need me, whatever they need me to do, I'm there to assist any way possible. But O-line is where I feel most comfortable helping with. D-line, if they need a drill or something, I could run a drill, but O-line definitely.
Now, you were a leftover from last year's team. What was your responsibilities last year as far as on this field?
Last year it was about the same.
Okay.
I helped with the O-line with the prior administration there, so yeah.
Okay, and as far as being a teacher, what classes do you?
So teaching wise, I'm a social studies teacher. That's what all football coaches seem to do, either that or PE.
Driver's ed, I thought.
Driver's ed too. That's another popular option, I guess. But I got a couple of kids in here that's in my classes, so they're really great. But I teach AP. Human geography, teach dual credit classes through Marshall University. Also, my media class, where we make the graphics for sports, and I took over robotics. I guess I'm a robotics coach now.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So I do a lot, and archery.
I was getting ready to say the big one's archery.
Yep, archery. That's a program that I started. This is going into our third season. The program is doing very well. We have a lot of participants. I just really like the program. We're actually going to be hosting our first archery tournament January 24th and 25th at the school. It's going to be a big deal for our community. We'll get to showcase our building and our archers. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, it's off subject there from football.
Yeah.
But, you did have some kids last year that were qualifiers, I think, didn't you, for the state or something?
Yeah. So we had a couple archers do very well. Actually, we had one that earned a scholarship to Rio Grande. Nathan Bennett. He's doing very well. He's a very good competitor. I'm very proud of what he's doing there. So,
hey, that's awesome. Now, you got experience with archery, or just something you just picked up?
Yeah. So I did it in high school, and then I actually ran archery ranges throughout the summer. I'm a big NRA, NASP person. So I've worked on multiple shooting ranges and archery ranges. So, yeah.
Okay, as far as your graphics and stuff, are you the guy that's over breaking down the film and bringing it in?
I do the stats for the offense, and then coach does the stats for defense, and then the coordinators usually breaks down the film for what we need for the next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as far as game day, what's your role?
Just making sure everything's in line, everything's ready to roll. I do the sideline iPad, make sure that's ready to go. And then once again, it's anything that Stotts needs me to do, I'm right there for them. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I see a lot around the facilities here, getting things ready for the next day. Before, because we do this on Thursdays, you're getting ready for the the film or your website and getting everything up, and is your wife that updates that then? Is that what you're saying on that Facebook? Because it always, as soon as somebody scores, it's there.
Yeah. So she does it in game for me since I'm down on the field. Like I said, she does an amazing job. She's a really good partner to have, I gotta say. Yeah.
Well, okay, awesome. So, all right. Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming in and taking some time with us, and maybe we'll get you back. I don't know about this year. We're running out of shows, but we got Parkersburg. Any thoughts on the Parkersburg game?
I'm excited for it. I think it's a very winnable game, and I hope the kids are as fired up as I am. Because
last year, going into the Parkersburg game, you were probably one of the few that were really upbeat about the game. And I was like, we're playing Parkersburg.
I'm always ready. I'm a very competitive guy, and I will always take our kids over any other. So yes, I'm excited, man.
That's awesome. And you're not from St. Albans. You're from?
So I'm originally from the Beckley area, Coal City. I graduated from Independence High School. I played football there 4 years. That's where my family's from, and then of course we moved to Huntington for college, and then me and my wife just moved to Charleston.
And news today out of Coal City, I don't know if he's the lone West Virginia player from down there has announced that he's going to move on. I do believe.
Which one is it?
I can't remember his name. He's a freshman. He hasn't played this year, but
okay.
He's moving on. He announced on social media.
Bowers. Yeah, for WVU. Yeah, he did announce that. Yeah.
So, it's like one of our West Virginia guys, and move him out there. So, but I appreciate you coming on. Again, the game tomorrow night at Parkersburg. If you're going to get there, it's a little bit of a trip, but please come out and support your team. I know some people on Friday nights don't want to make that 2-hour trip up there, but please do so. Get up here and support your team. Support them like they would be at home, and support them like they were last week. It was a good crowd. It was an upbeat crowd, but we loved it. And so for the team here, thank you, and we'll be back for the Riverside edition next week.
Thank you, guys.
Know that you've heard the name Shuckers. Shuckers has been at 70 Old Main Street, St. Albans for more than a decade. Really, serving up such great food like Shucker shrooms, jerk shrimp, juicy steaks, seafood, wings, stuffed shells, scallops, thin crust pizzas. There's something here for every taste bud in your house. Come hang out in the cozy bar area or bring your crew in and stretch out in the dining room for a memorable evening. Shuckers is more than seafood, it's your food. Open Tuesday through Saturday. We'll see you at Shuckers.